Hello all. Right, I've been trying out a new satnav. This has all come from the fact that I've just done, as I'm sure you're bored of hearing, that CPC course thing, and I'm about to hopefully jump in a 7.5 tonne, and the guys on the course said the DVSA take very dim view if you turn up and you've got using Waze. Or using a normal satnav, you want a truck satnav so that it gives you like the width restrictions and all this kind of stuff. So then I went on, they recommended this one called Gymway. You can get that on the Amazon. It's about 50 quid upwards depending on how big a screen you want. But the problem with that is it connects the radio by FM. I don't really want it connected via FM because everything goes Bluetooth now, doesn't it? So you get dearer and dearer. The Gymway is apparently a very good satnav. It gets very well reviewed. You can put in your height, your width and all that kind of thing. But then it's coming out the speaker in my phone, and it should be always coming out the speaker. I don't, if I plugged it in, I don't know what's going on here. So then I started looking at the dearer ones, and you look at your TomToms and your Garmin and all that kind of stuff, and you can pay 300, 3.5 for these things, and then some of them even want traffic updates on top. And then the reviews of them were like, well, I've had this super duper sat nav for like 2 weeks, and in that time it's taken me down five dead ends and 3 width restrictions. Something, well, so in the end, there was one called Synergy Truck, which I thought was free until you look into it. No, it's free for 14 days, and they want £89 or £84. Well, you can stick that, because I can buy one for that. So I've tried this new one. Right, it's called Roadlords. I've been running it for about 3 days now. What do we know about Roadlords? Firstly, things we like about Roadlords. Firstly, you can put in your width, you can put in your height, which is kind of good, and you can have up to 3 vehicles. You can have a van and a lorry and another lorry on there if you want. The image is good. It kind of looks very much like Waze. It's got, if you've got them OLED phones, it kind of looks a lot like Waze. It's not clunky like when I was using that SYG thingy satnav for free to try it out. It's a bit looks a bit 70s. This one kind of looks new and snazzy and all that kind of stuff. Very much like Waze. You can report problems. You can report road closures. You get points. It's like a game. Oh, aren't you brilliant? You've been running for ages. Yeah, okay, mate. The one thing was kind of frustrating. You can report. Oh, and yeah, right. Let's come up with that one. What we do? What does it say? Oh, it shows the speed. You know, you get the little red thing to show the speed up. The only thing I will say, it shows the speed. The speed isn't always accurate. Sometimes it says the speed limit's 35. I've looked on my course thing. I can't actually find any vehicle that's ever have to do 35. And let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, that one's a bit of a weird one. And sometimes it'll say that, you know, speed ahead is 67 miles an hour. Yeah, that's definitely not right, is it? It turns red, you know, like the little ring. The actual speed itself doesn't flash up, but the little ring goes red to let you know that it's on there. Speed cameras is absolutely spot on for speed cameras. The stage is driving me mad. Going around the 25, going bing, speed camera, bing, speed camera, bing. Yeah, I know. I'm going. I've got the cruise control on. I'm doing 60. I'm fine, and you can't really you can't seem to turn that one off. But it's very good for that, and it does live traffic. It's not as good as your Waze one, live traffic, but it does do live. But mainly, the biggest thing I like about it is it's free. Now, it's the beta version, so I'm guessing that this thing is going to get better. But yeah, so that's the pros. Now, the cons on what we think about Road Warrior. Where's that all gone then? Dislikes. Talks too much, too little, and too late. Which means it will tell you nothing, and then it will say, take the exit of the motorway, which is there. And you're like, Jesus, you know, a little bit of warning might have been nice. And then it will say, right, on the slip road, carry on the slip road for 900 yards. Carry on the slip road for 500 yards. Join the motorway now. Tell me that 3 times, like there was nowhere else I could go. It's a slip road. So that was a bit frustrating. You can't see step-by-step instructions. So when you put in your... oh, by the way, I've been using it for about 3 days now, and it's taken me to the right place every time, except for the one time when I put in the wrong postcode. So that was down to me being an idiot, but I didn't work out how to check it the way I check with Waze, because you can flick Waze down, it shows you, gives you an idea of the direction you're moving in with the final one. This one, you can't do step-by-step. It just gives you like the map on top, and then it takes you just like any other sat-nav. So... But yeah, it's nowhere near as good as Waze or Google for address finding and for the live updates. It's good, but it's not as good. If you lose a screen, if you turn the screen off, you know, for any reason, it loses you. You have to ping it back on again for it to find it. And yeah, like I've got the Mickey Mouse speed limits on it. Also, I mean, I was on that new road that just built up by Cambridge today. I'm up in Corby. Once it told me to turn off. Once it told me to turn off at somewhere that was no cars or motorbikes. Once it told me to turn off at a junction that wasn't even there. Oh dear. It's better on the older roads. Oh, and also today in London, where I was out running, and it's Dave the taxi driver will know this, Mount Grove Road, which is, green lanes coming up Shoreditch Way, took me down there. It's got 6'6" width restriction down there. I know it has, because I used to run that when I used to run a truck back in the day. It still took me down there, so brilliant. Heads up on that one. But thing is, it's like I say, it's the beta version. What do I think about it? I think I'm going to run it for a little bit longer. What I tend to do is I tend to run Waze and this Roadlords at the same time, and flip between the two. The place I'm at today, this advanced intelligent supply chain, Waze got it wrong and Roadlords got it right. That's the only time it's trumped it, but it has, and I think it's beta, and I think it will get better. And I wish they'd install something so that if there was a width restriction, you can make them note of roads that are closed, make them note of another speed camera. Found one in Beckton that it didn't know about, but yeah, the width restriction thing is going to be a bit of a killer for me. But I'll see how it goes. If you guys want to jump on board, let me know what you think. Like I say, it's called Roadlords. It's free from the Play Store. I would do a link, but I don't know how. So, but yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think of it. In the meantime, I'm gonna hopefully get on a bay in about 5 minutes. Get off this. I've got loads of handball boxes to get off, and then maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get something going home. Otherwise, look for something for the morning. So, okay, that's it. Take care, take money.